What do you see as the criteria of safe to sail with respect to vaccinated passenger percentage on board and herd immunity?
I don't think that there's going to be a difference between the vaccination level percentage-wise, shoreside versus the shipboard environment. I think CDC has already stated that they believe that the vaccination levels should be 95% in passengers and crew, considering that those levels to be a safe to sail standard. And I think what they've done is they've taken into consideration the unique nature of the environment aboard cruise ship and cruise ship travel. However, I do think that given the close quarters and of the shipboard environment, that other public health actions are needed to ensure the safety of the traveling public and the shipboard personnel. This includes like the actively promoting high hygienic standards and environmental sanitation procedures, the physical distancing, the mask wearing that we've already discussed, the health screening of passengers and crew of boarding, and the isolation or quarantine as needed.
Have you heard about any evidence of increased exposure due to shore excursions, which is typical for most cruises?
No, not to my knowledge. The literature that I've read doesn't show a causal link demonstrating increased risk of infection associated with shore excursions. One of the studies that I did review didn't demonstrate an association between the numbers of people visiting a specific port of call and increased risk of COVID-19 to that receiving country or the port community. So as it stands now, I have not seen any literature that really says that there's an increased exposure due to shore excursions. However, there are many, many different types of shore excursions. So I think, that's relative to, what are the activities on those shore excursions. I think CDC takes an approach that there'd be a cautious approach actually to the close environment on shore excursions as a precautionary measure for disease prevention.
You mean like on a bus?
Yeah, exactly. Transportation during shore excursions. And in some cases, depending upon what the shore excursion entails, there could be other activities that puts an individual at increased risk for a specific type of activity. But there are way too many to try to discuss that at this point. But